Hi everyone, my name is Sanjna. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to talk about how to manage your money and in particular what accounts you need. Also stay tuned until the end because I will be talking about how I personally manage my finances and what accounts I have to manage my money. Now, we're going to start off with a few assumptions for the type of accounts that you need to open. So this person would be a person that has a typical 9-to-5 job and has an income stream coming through either fortnightly, monthly, or bi-monthly as well. And I'm assuming that there's 1 to 2 sources of income at most. Now, of course, before we jump into the accounts that you need, I want to mention that this is non-financial advice. I am just a girl on YouTube talking about personal finance and my journey and what's worked for me. So I'm not a financial advisor. Please do your own research for your own circumstances. Now, the first account that I highly encourage, and I'm pretty sure that everyone has got this account already set up, and that is a transactional account, or sometimes called a checking account. Now, this account will be the account that you receive your salary in, your wages from your 9-to-5 job, or your secondary source of income, given that secondary income is considered to be a hobby. Now, of course, if it's not a hobby, then I think you need to speak to your accountant around the best sort of structure that works for you. You may need to set up a sole trader business, or if your secondary income is earning a lot of money, then you need to set up a company. But that's something I can't really help you on. You'll need to speak to an accountant to discuss that. So you'll have your income coming through into your transactional account. In terms of average statistics for Australia as to how much someone makes and how much the average is for a full-time income, it is about $65,445 on an annual basis. So this is the average full-time salary, and this equates to about $33.56 per hour. Now, an entry-level position will start at about $55,000 per year, whilst most experienced workers can make up to $100,000 a year. Now, once your salary has come through this transaction account or checking account, the first thing that I would encourage, and the first thing that I personally do, is to pay off any debts that you've got. So these could be your bills, like your electricity, water, gas bill, that you need to pay off. Of course, this is not regular, so if you do have these come through, then the first priority would be to pay these off, and then pay off any other outstanding bills that you've got, like your phone and internet bill, things like that. And I think what's very important is setting up a reminder so that you can pay the full credit card balance. If you do have a credit card, make sure you pay the full credit card balance at the end of every month so that you don't incur interest. People that pay the minimum account are still having to pay interest, so please be mindful of that. What you can also do is, say you do have an existing mortgage as well, this can be your offset account as well if you do want to offset some of the interest that you need to pay on your loan. So you can time this accordingly in terms of your repayments and match it up to your payment cycle so that it is very seamless. Now, the money that comes into your transactional account, you'll need to split that up in terms of your savings and your investments. Now, this is where the second account comes into play, and that is your savings account. Your savings account, unfortunately, interest rates are very low at the moment. The most that you can get is about 1 to 2%. I was having a look at finder.com.au for the highest interest savings account, and unfortunately, they are very, very low. So if you have a look at Finder, you can see that the maximum variable rate is about 1.1 to 1.2%, but you need to make sure that you adhere to the monthly rate conditions. That could be depositing about $20 into the account every month, making sure you make a few purchases on your debit card as well, so you are actually able to achieve or get that interest rate. Now, if you are someone in Australia who is between the ages of 18 and 29 years old, you're actually able to earn bonus interest rates as well. So you're able to get up to 2% on your savings account. But again, then you need to make sure that you follow the conditions so that you can actually achieve this. If I compare that to CBA as well, so at the moment CBA is only offering about 0.25% for their maximum interest rates. This is with the bonus interest rate as well. So as you can see, this is very close to the 1% mark, which is essentially really nothing at all. But this savings account, what it's going to do for you is that this is going to be your emergency fund. This is going to be money that you keep away on the side for any of those rainy days. For example, if say you lose your job tomorrow, or you've got a medical bill that you need to pay for, you've got, car insurance coming up or the rego coming up. So this is what this emergency fund is for. Typically, an emergency fund is about 3 to 6 6 months worth of living expenses. So this is where you would keep all of your money within the savings account. Now, how much money should you actually save per month from your income? Now, there's a bit of a rule that you can go by, but this is obviously going to be on a case-by-case basis. Depending on how much you make, this is either going to be more or less, but essentially there is the 50, 30, and 20 rule. So essentially how this works is that it splits your income that you receive into 3 different parts. So you've got 50, which is 50% of your total income that you receive. You can spend this on your bills, your essentials, household needs, food, groceries, etc. Essentially, this is anything that you really need to live. The 30% rule is then 30% of your total income is what you spend on your wants. So this is stuff like gym memberships, going out to restaurants, your streaming services, things like that. And then we've got the 20% rule, which is essentially the money that you put away into your savings. So if you make about $1,000 a week, that's about $500 that goes towards your living expenses, $300 for the fun stuff, and then the leftover $200 is how much you save. Next, moving on to your investment accounts. Now, your investments can be anything. Now, you may notice that I didn't mention investing for that 50, 30, 20 rule. Let's talk about it now. So the third account that you should have, and this is not necessarily with a bank, this is an investment account, and this could be money that you put aside for either real estate, you put money aside for ETFs, shares, cryptocurrency, NFTs, anything that you want to invest your money in. So given that we've spoken about the 50, 30, 20 rule, we see that only 20% is going towards your savings, but what about investing your money? Of course, you don't need to follow that rule to a T. People's incomes are going to be different, and you may actually want to allocate some money into your investments as well. So what you can do is obviously play around with that rule, and you may not need to spend 50% of your total income on your living expenses, and you may not need to spend 30% of your income on the fun stuff. Things like going out, you can actually maybe try to meal prep. So you can play around with those numbers, see what works for you. So if you can actually save a little bit money from the fun stuff, then you can put that money into your investments. And maybe you don't save as much, maybe you halve the savings and you put the rest of that into investments. So you've just got to play around with numbers that work for you. But I think it's very important to also invest your money. As I've been saying on my channel for many years now, the inflation rate keeps increasing. So you need to make sure you're putting your money into assets that are actually going higher than the rate of inflation. Now, I just want to mention, if you're someone that's crypto curious like myself and loves investing in NFTs and cryptocurrency, you are able to get $20 worth of free Bitcoin just by signing up to Swyftx. Now, this part of the video is sponsored by Swyftx, which is one of my preferred cryptocurrency exchanges. It's the one that I personally use. They are Australian based. They have over 550,000 users registered on their exchange. They have over 310 crypto assets that's always increasing over time. And one thing, especially if you are a beginner, one thing I love about their platform is that you are able to play around with a demo feature, which is playing around with dummy money. So if you're new to the crypto world, then this is something that will definitely help you out. You can play around with the functionalities and see what it's like to use their platform. Another great feature is staking as well. So you're able to earn staking rewards on your cryptocurrencies that you hold. And the best thing is they've got one of the lowest fees, and the sign up process is pretty simple. So if you want to sign up with Swyftx, if you use my code Sanjna20, you'll be able to get $20 worth of free Bitcoin just by signing up with their platform. I'll leave a link to their website down below as well. Now, what do I do with my money? How do I actually manage my finances? Now, you guys all know I run a business. I'm doing content creation full time, so my structure is a little bit different. So I personally get paid into a business transaction account. I don't have a normal transaction account because obviously I'm running a business. I've got a business account, and this is where the bulk of my money comes when I get paid. I then pay myself the minimum wage or whatever I need to really cover my basic living expenses, and this is then transferred into my personal account. And then the money that's just left over sitting in my business transaction account actually acts as my emergency fund, but is also money that I use to invest as well. I transfer some of this money into my investments, so that's things like cryptocurrency and NFTs and ETFs as well. And this is how I really manage my money. This is what works for me. This may not be the best solution for you, but it's just what's working for me. I've spoken to my accountant and we've agreed that this works for me. So if you want to follow my personal finance journey, then please do by following me on my Instagram page and my TikTok account as well. And be sure to check the description box down below for all of the links to my cryptocurrency and free bonuses and signups that I've got. But that's it guys, I'll catch you guys in my next video. Thanks guys.